welcome back to my channel, Laura Y Design. Today is episode 2 of our portfolio review series. If you would like me to review your portfolio for you in the future, leave the link for it down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video drops and you can come and see if your portfolio is one of the ones that I have reviewed. So let's get started. Alright, so we are looking at Emad El Samad's portfolio here. He was kind enough to comment on the video with his link, so let's have a little look here. So Emad is a web developer turned UI UX designer. He's based out of Seattle. He likes to design useful and enjoyable experiences for the web, mobile and beyond. Let's have a look at his projects. So it's got a little photo of him there with his tripod stand. He's obviously a photographer too. And I like this. Don't know if you can see it too well, but he's got a big typography at the back here saying designs. Quite pretty. Okay. So I'm just going to get a feel for your website first, Emad, before I delve into your project. So we've landed on the home page, and then we have another tab up here for resume. So okay, so your resume button doesn't appear to work. Definitely get that fixed before you go applying for any future jobs. So we just have the home page. Okay. Let's have a look at your projects. So this is really cute with all the movement. Okay, first thing I would say is this looks quite small. Personally, I try not to go smaller than like 16 point, just for readability. I mean, this is on a big screen and it is pretty small. You can definitely go bigger with everything so that you're not losing any hierarchy, but you've got the space to go bigger there. Okay, so direct casting, get your casting call auditions without an agent, an online app that connects professionals with talents without a need to pay the 20% fees or sign in with a media or talent agency. Okay, so you did 21 screens using 5 different tools, and you've got those listed there: Sketch, Photoshop. You did some programming as well by the looks of things. 35 days is how long it took you for research to final prototype. Okay. These are quite nice mock-ups here. Let's scroll down. Again, this is very nicely done with the design in the background there. Okay. So Seattle's a great city for the film industry. Filmmaker. Oh, so you're a filmmaker too. Okay. So you've had some challenges. Okay. So I would almost want to make the overview and the familiar problem one thing. I feel like it's taken up a lot of space before we've even got to any of the things that you've really done. I mean, it's all relevant information for sure though. And again, it's quite small. The text, we can maybe make that a little bit bigger just for readability, usability. Okay, goal. So the problem. So the goal was to reach all types of users and make their life easier. A direct and easy to follow system for members to connect, and clear functional feature allows a 3-minute video per audition with sufficient data storage. Okay. Research. So you did your own competitive analysis. Check the spelling just here. To be able to, okay, blah, 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 blah. So this is definitely still a work in progress. Okay. So you're just sort of trying to find your feet with this then, not quite spec'd everything out. Okay, so competitive analysis. Okay, so that's good. It's good that you've done all this and that you're showing it here. It's a nice way to lay it out as well. Some nice data management there. Wireframes. So be careful of your spacing. You want to make sure you've got a good bit of white space between your competitive analysis and down into the wireframes. And I would say just visually, we've got all this, yellow up there, and we've got the greys. It's so very black and white here. And we come down here, we've got like blues and different shades of grey and different things going on. So maybe just try and maybe just restyle this so that it's in keeping with the overall theme, the overall look that you've got going on there. These wireframes are good. This looks kind of like balsamic, maybe something similar. have the quick. Okay, so again, what's your spelling there? I'm not sure if English is your native language or not, but there is a plugin that you can get called Grammarly for Safari. I think you can get it for Windows PCs as well, and it'll ping up and it'll show you if anything's spelt wrong or if your punctuation's wrong or anything like that. It's really helpful. Okay. So with your wireframes here, I know these are just basic wireframes, but just make sure your spacing's good. Like your next is kind of sitting above the middle there, compared to the maybe later. Same with the passwords, sitting kind of above. Yeah, and all these buttons are all kind of different sizes, shapes. We've got square, we've got round. So you want to try and build some consistency throughout the app. So if you're doing square, keep it square. If you're doing round, keep it round. And maybe just have like a small, medium and large button rather than having like so many different kinds. Okay, yeah. Interesting. So that's all we've got so far. I would definitely, I mean, I can tell you're not finished writing this up, but I would definitely put more in here. So from the wireframes, you could have all different sorts of things in here. You could show your color palettes. You could show how you developed the brand. Like you've got this cute little logo type thing here. You could, you know, show how you came up with that. All those kinds of things. There's a lot more that you could add into here to bulk it out. And then, did you make these icons yourself? These two look very good together, but this one almost looks like it's kind of an odd one out. The line weights are different. It's got kind of thinner lines. If you could bulk it out so it looks more similar to these ones, just again, so we've got that consistency going through everything. All right, let's go back to the main page. So since there's not a whole lot on your website, I'm going to go to your next project as well. Emad. Let's see. Come on. Okay, so Creative Board doesn't work. Neither does Daily Sup. So yeah, I mean, this is obviously something that you're starting out with. Definitely made some good progress here. So you've got a home page. Your resume, I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be a page all on its own. You could have a link to your resume on here. I would definitely suggest having an About You page where you could go into more detail and more depth about yourself as a designer. But those are the sort of the standard things. A home page, an About You page, definitely need a link to your resume. It would be good if we had links to your social media platforms as well. And then if you had a Contact You page where, you know, a potential hiring manager could find your details to reach out to you, drop you an email or call you to discuss any jobs that you're applying to. But yeah, so these are good. You've thought about, you know, your interaction. People can see that it's a clickable button even though there's nothing here just yet. Overall, yeah, it's a good start. Definitely let me see it once you've got a little bit more in here. And just direct casting, it looks like you've done a lot of work here. It just needs kind of brought together to look more cohesive, you know. So if this is the kind of the color scheme that you want to go with, just keep that throughout, and then the cohesivity. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. Yeah, so again, just keeping things cohesive from screen to screen, sticking with the same sort of shapes. You know, we've got partially rounded, we've got fully rounded, we've got square. So yeah, just for yourself, that's the main tips that I would give you. But it looks good, you know, you've thought about your research, you've built out the basic wireframes before you've went and, you know, tried to go straight into prototyping, which is good. But yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more of your process in here. It's just kind of, we're just getting into it, we're starting to understand the app, what's going on, and then it ends. So definitely let me know once things are all built out and you've added a little bit more to this page. Right guys, so the next webpage that I am going to review isn't technically a designer's portfolio, but it is useful for designers to look at, because what we're going to do is a little usability test of this website. And as any of you guys know, it's super important, especially if you've ever read Don't Make Me Think by Steve Krug. You definitely need to make sure that any website you're designing is usable. So we're going to give Tiffany a hand. She's not a fellow designer, but she has made this website herself. So let's have a look and see if we can help her out with it. So, Tiffany Eubanks, living your best life with PCOS. If you just got diagnosed with PCOS, it's not the end of the world. We'll get through this together and take control of our lives, and PCOS does not define us. So that's great. We've got join the community button, so let me try and join. Sweet. So she's built this out already. We've got the ability to sign up to her newsletter. That's great. And we've got a direct email here as well, which is always good. Okay, so I'm going to go back now. So create or my story. So we can browse through a list of different recipes that are geared towards your needs. Let me click on this. So we've got keto, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian, and juice. Okay. Now what I would say straight away, Tiffany, is that with your website, you've spoke a lot up here about polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, okay? But then down here, we're talking about recipes, and I know, and obviously you know, that there's a really big link between your diet and trying to control and maintain your PCOS. So maybe something that you could do is just put like a statement here somewhere discussing how, you know, research that you've done, you know, you found out that there's this big dietary element to PCOS and you've been trying to heal it naturally, because I can see that's what you've been trying to do. So maybe think about if you were starting it for the very first time you came onto this website, you might think like, why is there recipes here? You know? So just explain that for the total PCOS newbies that have no idea what's going on. You want to make sure that anyone visiting your site knows exactly what's going on. And then we'll go to my story. We all have a story, and this is mine. This is cute. So we've got a video. Let me see if this works.
Welcome back to my...
Hi, Tiffany. Okay, so that works. That's great. Okay, so... Okay. This is good. So there's a lot of information here, which is absolutely fine. But what I would maybe say is break it down into shorter paragraphs. Like, just break the paragraphs down a little bit. People will find it much easier to read a paragraph like this length than they will reading a paragraph this length. So if you could break it down into sort of more readable little chunks, you'll find that people will spend more time on your website and look through it, rather than with these ones, they're probably just going to scan it over really, really fast if they barely even look at it. But by breaking it down into more bite-sized pieces, there's a better chance that people will actually read through it. And then if you did want to put more, could maybe do like a blog or something where you can go into more detail, and people say, you know, they click on a blog and their intention is to read, whereas if they go to a website, people generally are quite lazy and they don't want to read too much. But this is great. I think a lot of people will come to your video. It's definitely something that will grab people's attention. It'll keep them on your site, and people are much more inclined to sit back and watch a video than they are to read. So that's a really good thing to include on here. Okay, so we have a different menu here than we did on the last page. Oh no, nope, I just didn't notice it. Okay, let me go to About. Okay, hi, my name is Tiffany. This is cute. Okay, so food has always been a huge part of my life. I love creating different types of foods, and what's even better is that I get to eat everything after I make it. Exactly. So food brings everyone together, and there's nothing better than sharing all the things I've created and eating it with them. And although this does not define who I am, I also have a condition called PCOS. It's the most common cause of female infertility. Okay, and then I like how we've got this bigger bit here. See how this makes it much more readable. It's nice little short, bite-sized things to read, with the important stuff is made bigger. That's great. Okay, so she's looking to try and help other people who are going through it so that they're not feeling alone. So what is different in her page than others? So she tries to create different recipes that are affordable and super simple, because who doesn't love cost-effective, easy, and delicious? Okay, so my goal is to spread awareness about PCOS and share my love for food. Come watch me make yummy food, enjoy my journey. So this is great, but what I would say again is just it's obvious once you know that there's a link between food, diet and PCOS, but for anyone who's new, they're going to be like, how are those two things related? I don't understand. Is this a PCOS blog? Is this a foodie website? So just like include in there that you found out about this link, and that you've been trying to sort of heal your PCOS. Okay, so if we go here, okay, this takes me back to that page. Good. I like how we've got all these different calls to action. So let's have a look at some of your recipes, Tiffany. So let's go to keto. Nice. So we've got big pictures there. Everyone loves big pictures. Let's have a look at this one. So the perfect keto chocolate chip recipe, look no further. And again, a video. This is great. Perfect. Okay, so recipe. We've got prep time, cook time, the carbs per cookie, ingredients, and instructions. So this is perfect. The video, having all these videos on your website is really great. I can see people definitely sitting and looking at these. Okay. And then we can scroll to the other recipe items too, which is good. Yeah, and we've got another video. Instructions, it's all like kept nice and simple, nice and clean. And then let's have a look at your contact page. Okay, so we've got a contact page here. I'd say this button looks kind of big. Maybe make it a little bit more rectangle. Oops. Yeah, it just looks a little bit square. I don't know if that's something that you can edit. I'm not sure what you're using to build out your website, but if you can make that more rectangle, I think that would look a little bit better. See, more like this compared to the other one. And then we've got a few different links. So we've got Instagram and YouTube down here, and Instagram and YouTube up here. Let's see if these work. Yep, okay. Where are we? And then to the YouTube channel. Good, so it directs you straight in. Perfect. So yeah, overall, Tiffany, I think you've done a really good job building out your website. I would just say, because you do have these two sort of sides to the website, just write something in here that explains the combination, you know, from the PCOS and the dietary aspect, and then you're all good. And for someone who's maybe new on their PCOS journey, they might not understand the link between diet and their PCOS. So